the Titanic. Even the name evokes a sense of awe and tragedy. On a cold April night in 1912, this grand ship, believed to be unsinkable, struck an iceberg and sank to the bottom of the Atlantic Ocean. The story of the Titanic continues to capture our imaginations. It is a tale of human hubris, of technological limitations, and of the fragility of life in the face of nature's power. The sinking of the Titanic claimed the lives of over 1,500 people. It was a tragedy that shocked the world. The disaster exposed the shortcomings in maritime safety regulations at the time. The tragedy led to significant improvements in ship design and safety protocols. The memory of the Titanic serves as a reminder of the importance of vigilance and preparedness at sea. Yet, for all the attention the Titanic receives, there are other maritime disasters, equally tragic, that have faded from public memory. These forgotten shipwrecks often involved greater loss of life and highlighted even more egregious safety oversights. They offer us a chance to delve deeper into the history of maritime disasters and understand the lessons learned. These are the stories that demand to be told. Just 3 years after the end of the American Civil War, a disaster on the Mississippi River claimed the lives of more people than the Titanic. The steamship Sultana, carrying a cargo of recently released Union soldiers, exploded and sank on April 27, 1865. The Sultana was overloaded with passengers, many of them weak and weary from their time in Confederate prisons. The journey up the Mississippi was fraught with challenges. The river was swollen from spring rains, and the Sultana's boilers, in dire need of repair, struggled to keep up. Near Memphis, Tennessee, one of the boilers exploded, setting off a chain reaction that engulfed the ship in flames. Hundreds of passengers were thrown into the frigid waters, many drowned, while others succumbed to hypothermia or injuries sustained in the explosion. The Sultana disaster remains the deadliest maritime accident in United States history, yet it is a story often overshadowed by the end of the Civil War just weeks earlier. The Sultana tragedy serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of negligence and the importance of prioritizing safety over profit. It is a story that deserves to be remembered alongside the more widely known maritime disasters. In 2002, a ferry disaster off the coast of Gambia, Africa, claimed the lives of nearly 2,000 people. The MV Joola, a Senegalese government-owned ferry, was designed to carry a maximum of 580 passengers. On that fateful day, the Joola was packed with over 2,000 people, many of them students and traders traveling between Gambian towns. As the overloaded ferry encountered a violent storm, its stability was compromised. The Joola capsized rapidly, trapping hundreds of passengers below deck. The combination of overcrowding, poor weather conditions, and a delayed rescue response contributed to the catastrophic loss of life. The Joola ferry disaster is a harrowing example of the devastating consequences of negligence and lack of safety measures. It highlights the critical importance of adhering to passenger limits and maintaining vessels to the highest safety standards. The Joola tragedy should serve as a wake-up call for governments and maritime authorities worldwide to prioritize passenger safety and enforce regulations rigorously. Only through such vigilance can we hope to prevent such tragedies from occurring again. A collision in the night, the Dona Paz Tragedy. The Dona Paz, a passenger ferry sailing in the Philippines, collided with an oil tanker on December 20, 1987. This disaster claimed the lives of an estimated 4,386 people, making it the deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in history. The Dona Paz was overcrowded, with many passengers undocumented and traveling between islands for the Christmas holidays. The collision with the oil tanker Vector ignited a massive fire, engulfing both vessels in flames. The fire spread rapidly, fueled by the oil cargo of the Vector, and many passengers were forced to jump into the flaming waters. The lack of life jackets and proper safety procedures exacerbated the tragedy. The Dona Paz disaster highlights the importance of clear navigation, communication, and safety protocols in busy shipping lanes. The tragedy underscores the need for adequate safety equipment and training for passengers and crew alike. Despite its staggering death toll, the Dona Paz disaster remains relatively unknown outside the Philippines. This tragedy serves as a poignant reminder that maritime disasters can happen anywhere and that safety should always be paramount. Overshadowed by time, why we remember and why we forget. The Titanic, the Sultana, the Joola, the Dona Paz, these are just a few examples of the many maritime disasters that have occurred throughout history. While the Titanic holds a unique place in our collective memory, the other tragedies often remain in the shadows. Why is this so? Several factors contribute to the enduring fascination with the Titanic. The ship itself was a marvel of engineering for its time, marketed as the epitome of luxury and safety. The sinking of the unsinkable ship captured the world's imagination. The Titanic disaster was heavily covered by the media, with detailed accounts of the sinking and the stories of the passengers and crew. The disaster also resonated with social class divisions of the time, with stark differences in survival rates between first-class passengers and those travelling in steerage. In contrast, the Sultana, Joola, and Dona Paz disasters received less international media attention. These tragedies occurred in different geographical locations and involved a higher proportion of local populations. The lack of widespread media coverage contributed to these disasters fading from public memory. Lessons from the deep maritime safety and the legacy of disaster. Despite the differences in their fame, all maritime disasters, from the Titanic to the Dona Paz, offer valuable lessons. These tragedies have led to significant improvements in maritime safety regulations and advancements in technology. The sinking of the Titanic prompted the establishment of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS. This treaty set international standards for ship construction, life-saving equipment, and safety procedures. The Sultana disaster highlighted the dangers of overloading vessels and neglecting boiler maintenance. The Joola and Dona Paz tragedies underscored the importance of passenger limits, crew training, and adequate safety equipment. The lessons learned from these tragedies have undoubtedly saved countless lives. They serve as a constant reminder that safety at sea should never be taken for granted. As we continue to explore the world's oceans and waterways, we must remember the sacrifices made and the lessons learned from these maritime disasters. The stories of the Sultana, the Joola, the Dona Paz, and countless other forgotten shipwrecks deserve to be told. They remind us of the fragility of life, the importance of vigilance, and the enduring legacy of tragedy in shaping a safer future on the seas. Enjoying the journey? Hit that subscribe button and join our awesome crew at Monkwire. We've got plenty more exciting content coming your way. Don't miss out.